SSC CGL Tier 1 live mock was conducted over the weekend, the new pattern mock, and I'm here to discuss the logical reasoning section of the same in detail with you, right? So in the course of this complete session, what we'll do is we will understand each and every question. This was a very interesting live mock this time. The reasoning section is actually becoming more and more challenging as compared to the previous mocks. So we are going to, dissect it completely, understand it word by word, and also think that how to approach these questions while we are in an examination, right? So by the end of the session, we'll be able to understand all the 25 questions. So let's start right away. And before I start, just a brief information for you that these new pattern adequacy mocks are available on the Oliveboard website. Just try and attempt as many as possible on a regular basis. These mocks are helping you check your All India standing, and the pattern is also making you more and more habitual towards attempting the same in the examination, right? So let's start. This is the very first question. Very first question is from statement course of action. Just give me a moment. Right. So this is it. This is the statement, right? So last year, several metro stations, this one, I think this will confuse you a lot. I'll tell you why. We need to read it thoroughly, okay? Word by word, everything has a meaning. Last year, several metro stations saw a huge rush after a large number of commuters took the trains to celebrate New Year's Eve, which increased the number of accidents, okay? So the idea is that a large number of commuters are going towards the metro, which is leading to a more number of accidents. We don't know whether the accidents are about the metros or whether the accidents are on the road while they're traveling to the metro. Traffic jams at several places due to late arrival of metros cause emergencies at many places, okay? Similar circumstances might come up this year as well. This is the statement. This is how much you have understood. Now, moving forward, course of action means the metro authorities should add more metros from New Year onwards to handle the rush hour, and measures should be taken to avoid the late arrival of metros at station. See, whenever there is a course of action case given in front of you, always remember your course of action or the solution should be an immediate solution to a problem. Your problem should either be eradicated completely or should be reduced up to a large extent without any large side effects. Now the problem here is your mind is playing a trick with you when you're solving this question. You are constantly under an assumption that during the new year, this rush is happening because of more number of commuters, and I know this is predicted every year it is going to happen. So my idea is that for the new year, I should be running more metros, and this is common practice everywhere. Even in our country, this is happening, that during some certain festivals, because we know that there is a huge rush, so we add certain extra trains, metros, etc. But look at the word play here. The words are saying the metro authority should add more metros from New Year onwards to handle the rush hour. That means this is trying to make it a regular course. Okay. The problem is, apart from the New Year, the extra metros are not required. So if this was restated as the metro authority should add more metros during the New Year period, that's it. So that would have been a valid course of action. That is why this is rejected. I don't agree with this though. I'll be very clear here. Maybe from the mock perspective, to make it more difficult, it was presented to you in this way. But this will never come across in your examination. That means there will not be any hard wordplay which is going to be involved. Yes, they will use connotative phrases. That means they will try to confuse you with the kind of language they use. Okay. Anyways, come back here. Measures should be taken to avoid the late arrival of metros at station. I think this is a credible thing. So only course of action 2 is the valid course of action here, which is actually going to reduce the problem without causing a new side effect of extra amount being spent for the metros to be maintained for the whole year. Okay. Next. This question took how much time? 73 seconds. But the good thing is the topper still answered it correctly. Okay. I think the last moment trick hit the head. Next. Now this question, just look at this question. This is just a 5-second question, guys. Just a 5-second question. So these are the codes given to us, fine. The question is asking us which of the following coded chains means P is the daughter-in-law of T. That means P has to be a female. Correct? That means P cannot be a male. Okay. That means what all signs cannot come after P? Father, son, brother. So P cannot have an exclamation or power sign after it. P cannot have less than sign after it. P cannot have this sign after it. Not allowed. Look at the options. Less than sign, this is gone. This sign, gone. And if you look at the fourth option, this exclamation sign, gone. Only option B is the right answer. So always remember in these questions, whenever the expression is converted from a statement, usually the expression is given single expression and you have to find the correct statement. In that case, you plot the tree. But in this case, always remember, eliminate options first. That has to be a first step, compulsorily. So in the first case, always look at the gender. In the second case, look at the relationship between P and T, how close they are. So you can eliminate one or two options like this and then only check the rest of them. That's the only way to proceed faster. So 36 seconds decent, I think could have been faster, but it's okay. This is not wrong. 36 seconds is a good time here. Okay, which sign should be sequentially placed here to balance the equation? Let's see. Okay, the first thing is divide here. Observe. So this is division. So this is 30. Now we need 48 as our answer. 30 divided by 3 is further going to give me 10. 30 multiplied by 3 is going to give me 90. Okay. Let's check for division only. So this is 10. 10 plus 5 into 2, 10. 20 minus 4. This is not going to happen. 10 into 5, 50 plus 2. 52 minus 4, 48. We got it. Option C is the right answer. Okay. So just verbal checking will give you 46 seconds. I think okay, not a problem, but could have been brought towards 35. If you are also doing this in 40 plus seconds, understand there is some calculation misunderstanding which you are doing. What you are doing is you are actually solving these everything in detail. You don't have to do that. Just verbally pick up your pen, verbally pointing towards the screen, you can do it. You don't have to do anything there. Okay, and this is a very easy calculation. So even if it is 40 seconds, not a problem. Try to bring it down further is what I am trying to say. Okay. Otherwise, this time so far the timings are very good. This is a very good question. But there is a problem here. I'll tell you. I will explain it to you. And I think I am with you on that one. Okay. You need to form a meaningful word from the first, second, fifth and sixth letters of the word planet. From the first, second, fifth and sixth letters of the word planet. So we have P-L-E-T. Okay. First step is check from the vocabulary. What all words can you form? So the one word, the only one word which comes to my head is pelt. What is pelt? Pelt is throwing stones at somebody. Pelting of stones. Throwing something and trying to hurt somebody. Okay. Now I cannot see any other word here. And technically the answer should have been one. Okay. Even if you rearrange this, what would you get? So if I start with P, so P-L-E-T is done, P-E-L-T I have already done. So I will do P-T-E-L, P-T-L-E, P-T-L-E is not a word, I know that beforehand only. P-E-T-L, okay, I have understood, nothing new is coming out of this. T-P-E-L, T. In the British English, I would not use the word British English. The regular English, the Indian's English which we follow, I have never seen it like this, it is always like this. And nowadays we are also using this. Okay. This is most probably used in American English. Now this can create a confusion. So there are two ways here. There is a dilemma. I will go with one personally. So I will also raise a report here and I will talk to the concerned person, whoever has set this question paper, that probably one should have been the answer because leapt is not a regular word in our dictionary. Okay, but leapt is a meaningful word. Leapt implies, leapt is another word for this spelling, another spelling for this word. So that ways they have marked option 2 as the correct answer. So this is a valid confusion. If at all you have faced this, I understand, I agree. Okay, so we can take this up if needed. Good evening. Pandu Babu, is it buffering? Just refresh it once and check. I think it is fine from my end. Okay, which of the following pairs of numbers and signs when interchange will correctly solve the mathematical equation? Fine, let's do that. Numbers and signs. You have to change both of them, okay? Numbers and signs. Now, the moment you observe this, you can see this is very clear, not a problem. 96 divided by 4, you will get 24 here. And 24 multiplied by 32 will become a very large number, 600 plus. You need only 32 as your answer. 600 plus is too much. That means this multiplication has to go because division still seems to be fine. But multiplication needs to go from here. Multiplication is only there in one option. So I'll have to first check this one. I'm not saying this is the right answer. First check this one. Okay, let's check. So 32 and 96. So this is 96 here. There will be 32 here. And divide and multiply. So this will be divide, this will be multiply, and this is divide. Okay, wherever there is multiply, there will be divide. Okay, check now. 96 divided by 32 is 3. 3 into 4 is how much? 12. 12 plus 40 divided by 2 is 20. 12 plus 20 is 32. Option B is the right answer. Cool. So that is how you check. You isolate and check which option should I approach first. I am not saying the rest of them are wrong right away. 52 seconds, okay. Not a problem. I will say why. Though this particular question could have been done a bit faster because this was not difficult. It appears to be difficult because you have to change both numbers and signs. But if you have a set approach to check these questions out, you will not face so much difficulty. Almost 1 minute is something the topper has taken. But I will agree here because so far this is question number 5 till reasoning. We have only done 4 questions before this. And each question apart from the blood relation one was slightly challenging. You had to put in some brains. You had to apply it somehow, somewhere or the other. So there was some extra time being spent. So don't be scared if something of this sort happens. You will need some time to bounce back and come back to your normal self. Okay. Don't be nervous. Keep attempting. See, this is a time saver question for you. I think majority of you, if you know the word, you can read the code right away. What is the repeat pattern? It is module, right? M-O-D-U-L-E, 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 isn't it? Just look at the options. First one is O, second one is U, third one is E, fourth one is M. There is no other option which is going to satisfy this. Cool. Option C is the correct answer. This is just visibly there in front of you. Sometimes it can get very easy. 31 seconds, decent, not a problem. Could have been shorter though. This time the questions are all perfectly approached in a good time. Okay, next. M stands for multiplication, N stands for minus, O stands for division, and P stands for plus. What is the answer of this equation? Okay, so 150 divided by 10 is 15. 540 into 3. This is 150, 12, 162, 1620. 1620 minus 15 plus 5. That's 1610, I believe. Option C. "33 seconds. Okay, decent. Perfect. Emotional and social intelligence. Some people are calling this ethical dilemma. This is not ethical dilemma. Why is this not ethical dilemma? Because ethical dilemma is always going to give you a choice between something which is right, something which is more right, and something which is wrong and something which is more wrong. This one is a simple question. If you look at the question, it's between right and wrong. So how is your emotional intelligence towards the problem? Yes, ethics are being involved here, but that happens in emotional intelligence based questions also. You have to come as close to ideal as possible despite whatever consequences are going to happen. Just read the question once. You borrowed a book from your college library. Due to accidental spillage, a few pages got damaged. The book is in poor condition now and the return date is near. You also know that the librarian is quite strict in nature and scolds aloud in front of everyone. What will you do? So return the book quietly without informing anyone. This is obviously not a moral way to approach this problem. Buying another same book was used to replace the damaged book without informing anyone. This is something which students think about for a while. Inform the librarian about the damage, accept responsibility and offer to pay for replace for the book. This is actually the best possible answer. Blame someone else, obviously not. So these two are obviously deleted. The only 1% or 2% thought process which you might have for a while is between B and C. And why B? Because you think that, okay, I think I need to protect myself because the person is strict and is going to shout in front of everyone. So this line is just given to distract you. No matter what the consequence is, I need to be morally, ethically in the correct line, which says option C is the right answer. Because option B, even if I replace it with another book without informing anybody, it might be problematic. Okay. So yeah, that's it. 26 seconds, very decent, very easy. So a lot of students are getting scared of these EISI questions. It's actually very easy as far as your level is concerned. They are not giving you very difficult questions here. Again, statement arguments. Now, this is a different sort of statement arguments. I'll tell you why. Whenever we approach statement arguments, so far whenever we used to approach these questions, the objective used to be to check which argument is strong or which argument is weak. This time they have changed it a bit. They are asking you which argument is strengthening your statement and which argument is weakening your statement. So the argument which is going to support your statement, it is going to favor your statement, it is going to be for your statement, it is going to add something, a premise to your statement, that is supporting, that is strengthening your statement, and an argument which takes away from your statement, which is against your statement, and which has solid proof and which has facts and reports attached with it, which say that your statement is incorrect. So it breaches the scope of your statement, that weakens your statement, right? So read it from that perspective. Rainwater harvesting is the need for today's scenario. And strengthen means it has to purposefully, meaningfully strengthen. Weaken means it has to actually take away something from it. It can't just be a normal, some negative point. So be careful about that. Rainwater harvesting is the need for today's scenario. Arguments. Rainwater harvesting reduces dependency on groundwater and municipal supply. Yes, it does. So this strengthens your statement. This is giving you a premise that why is rainwater harvesting necessary? Because it reduces dependency on groundwater and municipal supply. This is the advantage, disadvantage based strengthen, weaken. Okay. So this is actually highlighting the advantages of rainwater harvesting. Credible advantages. The second one says rainwater harvesting requires regular maintenance to prevent clogging, algae growth or contamination. Fine. Not a problem. Is it strengthening my statement? No. But if you observe the options, argument 1 weakens the statement? Not at all. Both arguments strengthen the statement? No. This is not strengthening my statement. Okay. Argument 1 strengthens the statement? Absolutely it does. Both arguments weaken the statement? No. So I am saved here. Option C is the correct answer. But if at all somewhere it was written that argument 2 weakens the statement, then a majority of you would have chosen that. And that is where everything goes wrong. This is just mentioning a valid disadvantage which can be taken care of. So this is not taking away anything from your statement. Your statement is still true that rainwater harvesting is need of the today's scenario because the water table depletion and all other negative effects of water loss and water shortage. So this is true. This is a valid disadvantage which can be taken care of. So this is never going to weaken your statement. Understand that. So option C is the right answer. Okay. 33 seconds. Decent. So now you see statement based questions may not always be difficult. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We'll start with the P. Of course, we were 19, 17, 15, 13, 11. Second letter is K and we have our answer option A. Cool. -2 is what we were doing. 17 seconds. Excellent. This time I think the topper is also watching these sessions. Huh? He's like, "Arey, this sir is always looking at my time. I need to work on it now." Anyways, jokes apart. Again, a very easy question. 9 is related to 732. Same logic, 6 related to 219. Then what is 8 related to? 732 is 9 cube and 9 cube plus 3, 729 is 9 cube. 9 cube plus 3 is 732. 6 cube plus 3 is 219. So 8 cube is 512. If I just add 3 to it, I'll get 515 as my answer. This is pretty easy and pretty direct. Could have done this in 10 seconds, 13 seconds. Very nice. Excellent. Now you can see the difference which is coming up. What is the difference? The difference is despite he has lost some time in the beginning. And the question paper is set in a way that in the first 10 questions only, you will lose a lot of time. First 5-7 questions, you lose time because you'll have to think a lot because these questions are different from the regular course of questions. But now gradually these questions, I have seen in the regular mocks only, even easy questions, an average person is taking around 30 seconds or something. But now there is this notion in the head that, okay, I have already lost so much time initially, I have invested that time, so now I need to recover that also. Okay, always function with time as money. So you have to learn to spend money. How do you learn to spend money? You have to understand that, okay, if this is my budget and I have overspent in this particular area, I will have to underspend, that is save here, cut my budget here, so that it can be balanced. So work like that when you're actually attempting a mock. Is going to help you a lot in managing time. This one is a classic question. Classic. I don't know why people just fail to understand this. Okay. There are 28 students in a class. Jatin's rank from the top is 8th. Okay. Okay. No problem. There are 4 students ranked between Jatin's rank and Prem's rank. Okay. Between Jatin and Prem, there are 4 students. So what will be Prem's rank from the top? Oh, very easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Prem is the 5th position here. Right? So 8 plus 5. So this is 13th. Oh, everybody is going to say 13th is going to be my right answer. And you have 13th in the option. You fail to read this. Whenever there is a cannot be determined in an option, always just check it. Check it, with caution. They are not mentioning that 4 students between Jatin and Prem are sitting after Jatin or before Jatin. I can have these 4 students here also. So this guy can be 3rd. So Prem has 2 possibilities. He can be 3rd rank also and 13th rank also. So, and both of them are in the answers. So what is going to be my answer? It is cannot be determined. Okay. Pretty easy, but a lot of people, I don't know why in haste, they make this mistake here. 35 seconds. Not needed. Not needed. Could have been done in the same zone, but it's okay. Not bad also. It's very decent in fact. Okay, next. Mahi said to Toshik, fine. So Mahi said, we'll start with Mahi. You are the only son of the daughter of my fathers. So Mahi's fathers. Sons can be Mahi. Only sister. Okay, and my gender is female. Okay, so sons means Mahi's brother. So you are the only son of the daughter of my father's son's only sister, Mahi's daughter's son. This is Toshik. How is Toshik related to Mahi? He is the grandson of Mahi. Option C is the right answer. 51 seconds. Okay. Again, during the examination, you might get confused here. For me, solving it now may be easier. Even you, when you're solving it now, you'll feel like, yeah, this was easy only. But during the examination, it might be slightly challenging. Might get confusing. So I agree, it's true. Not a problem. These questions, one set at least I am seeing like this only everywhere, almost in a lot of mocks. Okay. 14 and 22 plus 8, 22, 38 plus 16. 19, 27 plus 8, 27, 43 plus 16. Now just add 16 here. Okay. 6 not there. 6 not there. 6 is following. 6 not there. Option C is my correct answer. That's that simple. Array. 30 seconds. Very nice. Excellent. Now this one also you will not take a lot of time to figure it out. Why? Because you will see this is 26 and this is 5.2. Okay. Right? So you are simply multiplying it by 0.2. Okay. How do I obtain 0.2 from 20? Let me check it here also. 15 into 0.7 is going to give me 10.5. How do I obtain 10.7 from here? So basically I am just multiplying this with and dividing this by 100 to get 5.2. And I am multiplying this, dividing this by 100 to get 10.5. Okay. Now, so you need to take their product and have a decimal point there. So 20 into 15 is going to be 33, not 33. So this is gone. 18 into 9 is never going to be 18. 15 into 6 is 9. 15 into 6 is 90. 60 and 0.100 will make it 9. So this option C is the only correct answer here, which is following the logic. Okay. 48 seconds. Okay. Fine, but I think 48 is too much here. You can save time here. Okay. So practice such questions more so that you learn to save time here. Oh, my device got switched off. I can't see your comments. Wait. So sorry. Just give me a moment. Okay, there are no comments. Great. So wasted is this, upload is this, scales is what? Okay, let's see. 23, 25 plus 2, A, B plus 1, 19, 21 plus 2, T, V plus 2, E, F plus 1, D, E plus 1. It's 23 plus 2, 1 is plus 1, 19, 20. Okay, got it. I'll tell you what. So this is not vowel consonant. This is a 2-digit one. 2-digit one is increasing by 2 and 1-digit place value is increasing by 1. This is what is happening. Okay, but we are lucky though, even we have an S here, we are still having U only in the end. So you'll not get confused anywhere. Okay. So we have 19, so we'll start with U. Then 3 plus 1, 4. 1 plus 1, 2. 12 plus 2, 14. E plus 1, F. U, D, B, N, F, U. Option C is the right answer. 57 seconds. Okay. Maybe he took some time, the person took some time to figure out that what exactly is happening here, because it was not vowel consonant. So the first thing which comes to your mind is vowel consonant. The next thing which comes to your mind is probably the last letter is also following plus 1, but that's not happening because you can observe from the options. Okay. So next could have been even, odd and double single digit. Next. Seven persons are sitting around a linear row facing the north. 3 sit between U and X. Okay. Only 2 sit to the right of U. So we got it already. Z sits immediately right of U. W sits third to the left of Z. T sits second to the right of V. That's it. It's pretty easy. Y sits second to the right of U. Yes. And V sits adjacent to X and V. Yes. X and W. So both are correct. 56 seconds, I think not required. Could have been slightly faster. Could have been done in 40 seconds. English dictionary, only for 4 words. It's a throwaway question. Even if you read these together, you will be able to understand which word is going to come first and proceed accordingly. But even if you go vertically, 1, 4, 1, 1. So obviously 1 is going to come first. Paradise, pressure. After 1, we'll have what? After paradise, we'll have pressure only. So 1, 4, promise and proceed. So 3 will be next. 1, 4, 3, 2. This is the order. 1, 4, 3, 2. Option D is the right answer. Immediately you'll read and understand. There's no problem here whatsoever. 20 seconds. Very good. Very nice. Excellent. So if you see, they are going to increase more and more complex questions for you. They are going to ease down on the regular questions. Tone is written as PCVM. This one is actually interesting. I'll tell you why. You will get a hold of it almost immediately. Because you'll get confused here. You'll be like, okay, L and M, okay, A and C, K and N, probably. I don't know why E and Y can be going backwards. You'll get confused here. But this one is going to help you out. Because see, T and P I can still understand. Probably -4. But O and C, there is no credible relation. N and V, there is no credible relation. Okay, +8 I'm not going to add unless it's also being added here. No. E and M, there is no credible relation. Now you check it in a different way. How do you think T is most related to? T is most related to or closest related to V here. Okay, O is related to M here. N is related to P here. And E is related to C here. This also makes sense in terms of direction. So what is happening is I am having the word T-O-N-E. and I am writing V here. So this is 20, this is 22. I am adding plus 2. Okay. And I am having 15 and 13. So this is 13 minus 2. Sorry, 15 minus 2. Okay. This is 14 and 16. This is 14 plus 2. And this is 5 and 3. Now again you can take it as vowel consonant also. Okay. You can take it as vowel consonant also. So check it here. Are they following the same logic? So KE will come first. LA will come next. And this is plus 2 minus 2 plus 2 minus 2. Again it's following the same thing. It's not about vowel consonant. Let's look at this one here. Have to be sure about this. So ND will come first and we'll have SA after it. So we'll say plus 2 minus 1 plus 2 minus 1. Just check the options. So 14 plus 2 is 16, P. Now after P, do we have a C anywhere? No, we don't. Okay. We don't have a C anywhere. We have a B. Sorry, not minus 1, minus 2. Yeah, so we have a B only. So this is not vowel consonant, it is an alternating position only. So D minus 2 is B, 19 plus 2 is 21 and 1 minus 2 is 25. So PBUY, option C is the right answer. Okay, 57 seconds, not a problem. I think figuring it out is going to take some time. But if you learn to read like this, no, that where can I relate this T? With P I could have related, but I don't think that's credible because the rest of them are not falling through. The other thing I can relate it with is with V. So then I understand that it is shuffling also in its places. Okay, next. By interchanging the given two numbers, which of the following equations will be correct? Let's see. 10 and 20 I need to change. So this is 20, this is 10. This is 4 plus 120 minus 96. 124 minus 96. Do you think it's going to work out? 4 and 24. Yeah, absolutely right. It is correct. And this is 20 and 10, no? So this is 10, this is 20. So this is 6. 130 plus 6 minus 140. 130 plus 6 minus 140 is minus 4. Yeah, this is also right. So both 1 and 2 are correct. "31 seconds. Decent. Very nice. Good job. All violin is cello. Some cello is lute. I think they wanted to write flute here. No lute is harp. Some cello is no harp, not harp. Some cello is not harp, absolutely right. We can see that here. No violin is lute. No, I cannot say that. So only conclusion 1 follows. Option A is the right answer. 28 seconds. Very nice. Excellent. Free is coded as 36 and peer is coded as 256. Okay. 6, 18, 5, 5. 24 and 10. 34 plus 2. But this is not going to go to 254, no? And 36 is the perfect square, 256 is the perfect square. For leap, I have all perfect squares as answers. Okay. Number of letters is 4, 4, 4. Not a problem. 6, 16. Okay. Got it. This is the first letter square. First letter square. So I think this will be first letter square, which is 12 square is 144. Cool. 32 seconds. Very nice. Very good. Decent. Just take the difference here. 88 minus 51, so this is 37. 31. 20 and 9. 29. What is happening here? You can clearly see this is reducing prime numbers. Next, is it 23? 23 plus 9 is 32. Yes, minus 23. So next should be what? Minus 19. And 32 and 19. 42, 9, 51. Minus 51. Option C is the right answer. Cool. This is pretty easy. 51 seconds. Too much, too much, too much. Just taking the difference is going to give you a fairer idea of what this is all about. But you need to think of prime numbers, guys. This should come right away to you that, okay, these are list of prime numbers, reducing prime numbers, increasing prime numbers. This is a very good question. Syllogism. Banking level question. Only a few questions are quiz. That means some questions are quiz. Some questions are quiz and some questions are not quiz. Okay. A few questions are query. No quiz is interview. Some probe is quiz. This is my figure. All probe cannot be interview, or all probe can never be interview. One and the same thing. See, all part of probe can never be going in the interview. Why? Because this part is restricted to go in interview. So this is true. This is a definite conclusion. Okay. All questions can never be quiz. All questions can never be quiz. Of course, because some not restriction is also there. In only a few can never always applies. Okay. So some not restriction is there. So this is also true. No probe is query. Probe and query are not connected to each other and I will not register them as a negative relation. So this is gone. All questions can be interview. All questions cannot be interview. Why? Because this restriction. Some questions are not quiz. So they cannot be interview. Because all quiz are not interview. So this is also incorrect. Only 1 and 2 follow should be my answer. So option 1 is the correct answer. Cool. How much time? 58 seconds. Too much. Probably only a few is something which the person is not in practice with. That is why the time. This could have been also done in 30 seconds approximately. 30-35 seconds at max. What is opposite to? The last question for today. Opposite to 1. Okay. Only 1 is only here. So we'll pick up the clockwise method. We have 5 here, 5 here. After 5 we go to 6 clockwise. After 5 we go to 1. 6 and 1 on opposite. So option C is the right answer. Cool. 31 seconds. Done. We could have done this in 15-16 seconds. Right. So with that, we are done with the logical reasoning section. I have tried to display the questions. I have tried to make you understand how to approach them in an examination and how much idle time should you take. This time though, I should praise whoever the topper is. Very nice. If you're watching this video, good job. Because we have seen that the time management was pretty well. Despite losing a lot of time in the beginning of the examination, beginning of the exam and the section. Because we are beginning with general intelligence and reasoning. The very first section of the exam, the very first few questions, most of you I know might have skipped reasoning and they might have gone to English and GK first. But even if you did attempt the reasoning section first, you would have seen that there was a good chunk of initial questions which actually ate up a lot of your time to put you off track. So understand, everything is there to make sure that you are able to attempt this in a limited time. You have to understand that the paper is devised in such a way that you will be able to finish it with a span of 60 minutes if you approach it with the right strategy. So that is where we are lacking. Don't blame the paper. So understand and try to approach it with that mindset and you will be able to do better, right? Take over the nervousness from it. Thank you so much for joining live, guys. I'll see you guys in the next session. Till then, bye-bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.